Wagwan and everybody, Alex here. I'm in Tbilisi. This is the interesting thing about committing to a daily video. A day like this is approached. I'm taking a couple of days off just to sort of refresh and realign before I commit to just banging out my next book, which is going to be about calm and anxiety reduction. And I'm just walking home now from my walk on a lovely afternoon here in Georgia. Must say, the weather here has been unbelievable the last 3 months. I mean, there's been the odd thunderstorm, which I like, and a bit of rain here and there, but just such clear skies and really nice bright sun. It's lovely. So I thought I'd have you join me on the main street here through Tbilisi pretty much. There's quite a few main streets, but this is one of them. It's called Rustaveli, I think. I'm going to walk you in the direction of where I live and give you a bit of an update, as I normally do anyway. Probably do one of these at least once a week, just sort of give you a little heads up on where I am. So I am at my 4th dwelling here in Tbilisi, so I've moved 4 times and I'm now in a really nice place, really happy with it. I think it's the happiest. Well, the last place was pretty damn cool as well because I had an amazing view. A view over all of Tbilisi. It was quite incredible, but the walk up there was pretty steep. It gave me a good workout though. But this is a nice change. The interior of this place is really nice and mellow and it's quite relaxing. The other place was really hot. Even with the aircon on, I couldn't get anything done really because it was so damn hot. This is where I am. There's a lot of building going on in the middle of this street, so it could be a lot more beautiful, but you get the sense of how nice and leafy it is in this part of the world. I'm going to give this building site a cross here. So I'm on, as some of you guys have been following, I'm on day 38 now of my NoFap adventure, which means that I haven't spanked the monkey for nearly, God, how long's it been? Like 5 weeks plus. All for an experiment really, but really it's for improving energy, improving confidence, improving so many aspects, which I've covered in other videos on NoFap. So make sure you watch those if you're intrigued about my wanking habits. It's all a bit embarrassing. Hi, Mum. Day 38, so not long now until I'm at 40. And this is exciting stuff because the longest streak I've ever made was 50 days about 4 or 5 years ago now. So I think I'm going to do this with no problem. The aim is at least 90 days, and of course I'm eradicating porn and wanking out of my life entirely, so shouldn't really even be counting numbers, counting days, but it's been proving helpful to keep the momentum and the motivation up. What else? So I'm going to be in Georgia for at least another month. I was thinking about heading back to London at the end of July, but I'm thinking now to extend it a bit longer, make sure I get this book finished that I want to get done, which is going to be a book about, as I say, minimizing anxiety and stress and living a calm, masculine, centered, free life. And I'll give you more details of that as that comes out. It's really going to be aimed at men, but women can of course read it as well. So I want to wrap that book up and launch my new course. But my parents are going to be in Istanbul in September. I actually encouraged them to go because they were talking about coming to this part of the world again. And looking rather sweaty here, but I told them, why don't we meet up for my birthday in Istanbul, in Turkey in September. So I'm thinking about actually staying on here because Istanbul is on the way back to the UK. Staying here for a bit longer and meeting up with them there. So that's the plan at the moment. And just going to enjoy, unless I leave earlier, I'm just going to suck up the lovely summer here, maybe go on a couple of trips out into the countryside, which I've been meaning to do for a while now. But just enjoying this mellow city. It's very chilled. Like, look at this. Look at this street. This is really cool. I haven't been down this street. It's so leafy. There's no sky. There's no gap in the trees here. So this is the kind of street I live down. You know, pretty mellow. The only thing is I'm on a slope, like so much of Tbilisi is, and you get cars going down. They're constantly squeaking on their brakes. because of the noise, but it's all good. One of the more pleasant cities I've lived in, to be honest. Depends what you want. Tokyo was great because of the fast-pacedness of it all and the kind of sense of anonymity you'd have just walking through there, feeling sort of part of the concrete. Here it's cheerful, and there's cheap food, and you can stay places cheap. That's another good reason for staying here, is that I save so much money. My rent is $450 for a nice, spacious one-bedroom. So doing NoFap, about to embark on a new book. I'm taking a few days off just to do nothing really. I figured that having just finished off a 50 video strong course, I was getting a bit fatigued, and I figured if I'm going to start writing a book, and I want to write the book quickly, like in 4 or 5 days, just a short book, I figured it'd be a good idea just to allow myself a bit of a breather. And as you probably saw in the last vlog, I was doing monk mode, which is basically 30 days of not too much dopamine, so no fat, eating the carnivore diet, getting up early, meditating 3 times a day, avoiding stimulants, all that kind of stuff. And I did that for 30 days pretty much. So I'm now allowing myself some treats, and I've been eating huge pizzas, and I've been snarfing down tubs of ice cream, lots of, more desserts and stuff. I'm feeling a bit sick because of all this kind of overdoing it, but I quite like that approach to living, actually. I like having a stretch at a time where I'm super healthy and feeling all the benefits, and it allows me to actually get a lot done and feel crystal clear mentally, and feel good about what I'm doing, and not feel, because obviously doing long stretches of work can be quite isolating. So when I'm snarfing down ice cream and being isolated, of course I'm not going to feel very good. But if I'm treating myself well and combining that with just getting some stuff done and the solitude that's required, I can do it with a lot more grace. So yeah, 4 or 5 days of chilling now and resting and doing what I want, and then I'm going to go back into a solid phase of a little bit more focus, a little bit more clean living, clean eating, sleeping properly, getting up nice and early and all that stuff. Meditation again, although I've been doing a bit of meditation anyway. So that's where things are at. And beyond that, yeah, I'm planning on continuing with my YouTube channel. I can't cross the road here, it's just stupid. Continuing on with my YouTube channel. I'm gonna get killed here, this is silly. And just putting out more content about confidence growth and business growth for men in particular. Oh God, it's happening, I'm gonna die. Okay, no, we're good. And you'll notice from the content as it progresses, it's becoming more and more about lifestyle, I'm figuring. Like, not in a pretentious way, hopefully, but just talking about how other men can live a life like me, really. Not to sound too arrogant about it, but I figure that there are a lot of men who would enjoy this kind of freedom and this flexibility and being able to make money while overseas and doing what you like and walking around cities like this with a total sense of freedom, really. And talking about how you can do that. And I want to get into more detail on all that kind of stuff, just living the untethered life as a modern male navigating this strange and beautiful world. So if you're a man and you're interested in finding out more about how I live, and you want to learn more about making courses for sale and making money online and coaching online, making money through being a premium coach, listen in, subscribe, and also like this video to make sure other people hear of it as well. It's gotten a lot quieter now. This is one of the Tbilisi suburbs. There's a lot of these sort of big balconies around. They love that, the balcony style. Okay, this is a dead end. I'm gonna have to head back. You're figuring, why don't I know how to get home? Yeah, I'm lost. But I like being lost in a city like this. It's every alleyway, every street, every nook, every cranny is different from the last. It's a funny little place. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing more of those videos catered towards helping other men live free lives, really, untethered, enslaved lives that I see so many men fall into the traps of, whether it be contract marriage, relationships from hell, being stuck in a job for years and years in the same place. You know, I've seen lots of different angles to life. I've had jobs, I've had relationships, I've had more loose relationships, I've had I've worked with clients all over the world, I've worked on contract jobs, I've worked all kinds of different types of freelance jobs, the whole gamut really. And I want to just put forward my approach and what I've worked out to be the best approach in terms of what I like and what works for me as a dude who just wants a fairly simple life that's free of unnecessary stress, unnecessary anxiety, unnecessary headache, and really excited, as I realised yesterday, how keen I am to help similar guys with that kind of info and that kind of knowledge. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who would very happily live this kind of life. I'm not saying exactly like this, but I'm saying you have the freedom to choose where you want to live, whether it be at home or somewhere overseas, not tied down to anything in particular. And I'll get into more detail on how all this works as I sort of progress with my content. But yeah, that's it really from me. Hopefully this was interesting. Make sure you subscribe as usual. And planning on putting together a podcast as well. So once a week, going to do a longer, slightly more in-depth chat on the same kind of topics I'm talking about. But I like the idea of a podcast because it allows you to go into a little bit more length, whereas these videos are more about just quickly introducing you to a topic, whereas a podcast is about, okay, here's the topic and we're going to go into a bit more depth. So keep an eye out for that podcast. Probably going to call it the Alex Mathers Show or something similar. All right, this is Alex in Tbilisi, Georgia, and beginning of July 2019, signing out.